Take a deep breath. Gently close your eyes for a moment. Let go of the tension in your body. Release the worries from your mind. You are safe, you are supported, and you are guided. Today, I want to remind you of a truth that lives deep within your soul. You were never meant to force life into place. You were born to flow with it. You were created to receive, not just struggle to achieve. When you relax, you open yourself up to the infinite power of the universe, which is always working behind the scenes to manifest your highest good. This is one of the most liberating truths you can embrace on your journey. So many of us were taught that we must struggle, strive, push, and force things into being. We were led to believe that the more we try to control every outcome, every detail, and every person in our lives, the more secure and successful we will be. But what if I told you the opposite is true? What if your greatest power lies not in force, but in flow? Not in control, but in creation. You see, control is rooted in fear. It says, if I don't manage this perfectly, something bad will happen. Control tries to micromanage life out of anxiety and distrust. It creates tension in the mind, in the body, and in your energy. But creation, real, conscious creation, is born from trust. It says, I know I am supported, I know I am guided, I know that what is meant for me will find its way with ease. Creation is soft, expansive, and light. It opens doors you didn't even know existed. It works with the universe, not against it. You are not here to live life on high alert. You are not here to overthink, overanalyze, or obsess. You are here to imagine, to feel, to allow, and to create. That is your true role. That is your divine gift. You are a vibrational being. And everything you want, love, success, abundance, joy, responds to your vibration, not to your control. When you try to control every step, you send out a signal of resistance. You tell the universe you don't trust it. You tell it, I've got this, I'll figure it all out myself, even as you exhaust yourself trying to hold everything together. But when you step into your role as a creator, you shift your energy. You speak the language of the universe. You begin to co-create instead of carrying the weight alone. Being a creator means you focus on your inner world first. You ask yourself, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I believing? These are the seeds you plant in the garden of your life. If you focus on fear, you will create experiences that reflect that fear. But if you choose to plant seeds of love, faith, joy, and worthiness, you will grow a reality that reflects those beautiful truths. A creator doesn't chase. A creator attracts. A creator doesn't beg for love or opportunities. A creator aligns with them energetically and lets them come naturally. A creator doesn't panic when things seem delayed. They know that divine timing is always at work. They understand that sometimes the universe is rearranging people, circumstances, and opportunities behind the scenes. Just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean it's not happening. When you try to control things, you close yourself off to possibilities. You limit yourself to your own understanding. But as a creator, you open yourself to miracles. You leave space for magic. You allow the unexpected to become your new normal. You are not here to fix everything. You are not responsible for every outcome. Your power is not in doing more. Your power is in being more. More present, more open, more trusting, more connected to your inner light. The more you embody this truth, the more effortless life becomes. Think about it this way. A painter doesn't need to know where every drop of paint will land. They trust their hands. They trust the canvas. They trust the flow. You are the artist of your life. The brush is in your hands, but you do not need to force the masterpiece. Let inspiration guide you. Let joy lead you. Let the universe fill in the colors you haven't even imagined yet. You were not meant to carry the world on your shoulders. You were meant to co-create with grace. Let the universe meet you halfway. Stop trying to force things that are not meant for you. Stop chasing what doesn't flow to you naturally. Start trusting that the right doors will open, the right people will appear, and the right moments will unfold at exactly the right time. You don't need to control. You only need to believe. Relax into the truth of your being. You are not small. You are not weak. You are not lost. You are powerful beyond measure. You are a divine creator in a universe that responds to your frequency, your energy, and your heart. Let go of the need to control. Step into your true role, the peaceful, aligned, and radiant creator of your life. Let go of the how. This simple, powerful instruction is one of the greatest gifts you can offer yourself on the path of manifestation and healing, yet is often the most difficult to embrace. The mind wants to know. It wants to plan, predict, and prepare. It believes that if it can figure out exactly how something will happen, it can finally relax. But here's the truth. The moment you try to figure out the how, you take yourself out of the flow and into the how is not your job. Your only job is to decide what you want, align with it emotionally, and then trust. Yes, trust. Trust that the universe, in its infinite intelligence, knows how to deliver it in ways that your human mind could never fully comprehend. When you cling to the details and try to control every step, you are operating from the belief that you are alone. That is an illusion. You are never alone. You are always supported by a loving force that is constantly working on your behalf. The need to know how is rooted in fear. It's the voice inside that whispers, what if it doesn't happen? What if I'm not doing it right? What if I miss my chance? These thoughts create resistance. They create tension in your energy, and resistance blocks manifestation. The very thing you want cannot come through when you're busy doubting, analyzing, and overthinking. Letting go of the how does not mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you take inspired action from a place of peace, not panic. It means you listen to your inner guidance and follow the gentle nudges that feel good and natural. You do what feels aligned, not what feels forced. You trust the process, even when you can't see the outcome. You walk in faith, not fear. Imagine planting a seed in a garden. Once you've placed it in the soil, do you dig it up every day to see if it's growing? Of course not. You water it, you nurture it, and you trust that in time, the roots will form and the flower will bloom. The same is true for your dreams. Once you set your intention, you don't need to constantly monitor the process. You simply hold the vision, feel the emotion of already having it, and live in a state of calm expectation. The universe is not limited by time, space, or logic. It has access to connections, opportunities, and ideas that your conscious mind can't even imagine. What looks impossible to you is entirely possible for the divine. When you let go of the how, you allow the universe to do what it does best: align the pieces, move the people, and orchestrate the perfect timing. Sometimes the how doesn't show up until you take the first step. The path becomes clear as you walk it, but you must trust enough to begin, even without knowing every detail. You must be willing to surrender your plan and make room for something greater. Often what shows up is even better than what you originally asked for. But if you're too attached to one specific route or one exact outcome, you may miss the miracle trying to find you. Letting go of the how is not a weakness. It is a sign of deep inner strength. It means you are strong enough to rest. It means you believe in a universe that is abundant, intelligent, and kind. It means you know you are worthy of receiving good things without needing to struggle for them. Every time you catch yourself trying to figure it all out, gently remind yourself, I don't need to know how. I only need to know what I want and why I want it. The how is being handled for me. I trust. I allow. I receive. And in that space where fear dissolves and faith grows, the impossible becomes possible. The dream finds its way to you. The solution appears. The opportunity knocks. The door opens. Let go of the need to control every step. Let go of the timelines, the pressure, the desperate searching for signs. Relax into the knowing that what is for you will not pass you by. Rest in the truth that the universe is already moving mountains for your dreams. You don't have to force the outcome. You just have to stay in alignment, stay in peace, stay open. Because when you truly let go of the how, you create space for miracles to unfold in the most beautiful and unexpected ways. Make peace with the present moment. This is where your power lives. This is where healing begins. This is where transformation takes root. Not in the past you cannot change. Not in the future you have not yet seen. But right here, right now. The present moment is not your enemy. It is not something to rush through, avoid, or escape. Yet so many of us treat it that way. We live our lives in constant resistance to what is. We say things like, I'll be happy when I get the job, or I'll feel better once they apologize, or I'll relax once I fix everything. And so life becomes a race toward a future that never quite arrives. We're always reaching, always chasing, always waiting for something else before we allow ourselves to feel peace. But what if peace is not found in the arrival? What if it's found in the acceptance? What if your freedom begins the moment you stop fighting the now? To make peace with the present moment is to say, this is where I am, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you stop dreaming. It doesn't mean you give up on change. It simply means you no longer wage war against your current reality. You stop arguing with life, you stop pushing against a moment, and begin to breathe with it. Because the truth is, this moment is all you really have. And the way you show up in it determines everything that flows from it. When you make peace with the present, you soften. You allow your shoulders to drop, your breath to deepen, and your heart to open. You start to notice beauty in places you once overlooked. You find gratitude even in the midst of discomfort. You learn that peace is not about perfect conditions. It's about your willingness to embrace what is, without judgment or fear. The present moment is your teacher. It holds sacred messages, even in the pain. If you're always trying to escape it, you miss the wisdom, you miss the growth, you miss the quiet miracles unfolding all around you. Even in seasons of waiting, of uncertainty, of challenge, there is something to receive. There is something within you that wants to be acknowledged, loved, and healed. And healing doesn't happen in the future, it happens now. Change doesn't begin someday, it begins now. Joy doesn't live somewhere else, it lives now. But you can't access any of it while resisting what is. So take a breath, take a pause, look around, feel the ground beneath your feet, notice the sounds, the sensations, the energy of life moving through you. This moment is not broken. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be for your next step to be revealed. Sometimes we think that if we accept the present, we're settling. But true acceptance is not settling. It's surrendering to the truth of now so you can create something new from a place of clarity, not chaos. You can't build a joyful future while hating your current experience. You must find a way to love yourself through it, to honor where you are, to treat yourself with kindness even if life feels messy or uncertain. Peace does not come from fixing everything. It comes from remembering that you are already whole, that you are safe in this moment, that you don't have to rush, that you are allowed to simply be. Let go of the pressure to figure it all out right now. Let go of the story that tells you you're not doing enough. Let go of the belief that your worth is tied to your progress. You are worthy in your stillness. You are enough in your now. When you stop resisting the present moment, you begin to flow with life instead of against it. Opportunities start to come with less effort. Relationships begin to shift. Answers become clearer. Why? Because your energy is no longer scattered or tense. It is grounded, open, and aligned. Make peace with the moment, even if it's imperfect, especially if it's imperfect. Because the moment you make peace with where you are, you align with the part of you that is eternal, the part of you that is never broken, never afraid, and never lost. This is the moment where healing begins, where dreams are born, where life starts to respond to your energy with grace and love. So breathe, smile, rest your soul. This moment is sacred. This moment is enough, and so are you. The universe responds to calm confidence in a way that is both powerful and gentle. When you are rooted in trust, when you walk through life with a quiet assurance that all is working out for you, the universe listens. It aligns, it rearranges, and it delivers. Not because you begged, worried, or forced, but because your energy become a clear signal of receiving. There is something magnetic about calm confidence. It's not loud, it's not boastful, it doesn't need to prove itself. It simply is. It's the energy of knowing that what you desire is already making its way to you, knowing that you are enough, that you are worthy, that you are supported. It's the kind of presence that says, I no longer chase, I attract. When you are calm, you are in harmony with the flow of life. You're not swimming against the current, trying to make things happen on your timeline. You're allowing, you're open, you trust the process. And that trust sends out a frequency of stability that the universe loves to respond to. Desperation repels. Doubt clouds the signal. But calm confidence clears the path. It tells the universe, I'm ready, I'm steady, I'm aligned. And in that space, things begin to unfold effortlessly. People show up, opportunities appear, solutions arise, not because you strained for them. Confidence is not arrogance. It's not about pretending you have all the answers. It's about knowing that you don't need to have every detail figured out to move forward. It's about walking in faith, trusting that as you stay true to your inner guidance, the next step will be revealed. Calm confidence allows you to release the need to control every outcome. It allows you to relax and remember you are co-creating with an intelligent, loving force that wants to see you thrive. There's a softness in this kind of power. It doesn't fight. It doesn't chase. It doesn't panic. It listens. It trusts. it receives. And in doing so, it shifts reality. Think of someone you've seen who walks into a room and doesn't need to say a word to be noticed. They carry themselves with ease. There's no rush in their movements, no tension in their voice. That's what calm confidence looks like, is unshakable. And that's what the universe responds to, your inner certainty, not your outer hustle. When you're calm, you can hear the whispers of your intuition. You're no longer reactive. You become deliberate. You begin to move with intention instead of fear. You no longer ask, will this happen for me? You affirm, it's already mine. I'm just aligning with it now. It's okay to want something deeply, but it's the energy behind that desire that matters most. Are you pleading with the universe, or are you confidently preparing to receive? The difference is everything. You don't have to fake it. You simply need to return to the truth, that you are supported, that you are connected, that you are powerful. And you can access that truth anytime you breathe deeply, get still, and remember who you are. You are not here to beg life for scraps. You are here to live with purpose, with joy, and with trust. Let your calmness be your foundation. Let your confidence be your compass. Even when you can't see the full picture, know that something greater is unfolding. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. The universe is always working for you, rearranging things in your favor, responding not to your words, but to your vibration. So step into that quiet strength. Speak to life with assurance. Say, I know what I desire, and I trust it's coming to me in the best possible way. And then go live your life. Love yourself. Nourish your spirit. Act from a place of abundance. Expect the best, not out of need, but out of knowing. The more you embody calm confidence, the more effortlessly things begin to move. You don't need to chase. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to be still, be true, and be open. Because when you are calm, you are clear. When you are confident, you are magnetic. And when those two come together, you become unstoppable. The universe hears you, not through force, but through faith. Not through noise, but through stillness. And in that stillness, everything you've been waiting for begins to find you. Every thought you think, every word you speak is an affirmation. Whether you're aware of it or not, you are affirming something all day long. And what you affirm with emotion, belief, and repetition becomes your reality. That is the beauty and power of alignment. You don't have to struggle or push. You simply need to choose your words, choose your thoughts, and allow them to lead you into the frequency of what you desire. Alignment isn't about forcing the world to match your plans. It's about tuning your energy to match the vibration of your desire. When you're aligned, you become a magnet for what you want. And one of the most powerful tools to guide you there is the consistent use of affirmations. Affirmations are not wishful thinking. They are declarations of truth spoken before the evidence appears. They are bridges between where you are and where you are meant to be. And the more you speak them, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept them as real. The more you accept them as real, the more your energy shifts, the more your reality reflects it. That is the path to alignment. You don't affirm to beg the universe for help. You affirm because you know the universe is already helping you. You affirm because you are aligning with what is already yours on an energetic level. You speak it into being, not from fear, but from faith. When you say, I am worthy of love, you are not just hoping to be worthy, you are declaring a universal truth. When you say money flows to me with ease, you are aligning with the natural abundance that is always available to you. When you say, I am healthy, whole, and vibrant, you are creating an inner atmosphere where healing becomes possible. The key is to speak affirmations as if they are already true, not in a rushed or desperate way, but with calm certainty. The tone matters. The energy behind your words matters. Speak them with conviction. Speak them with love. Speak them often, because what you speak, you begin to believe, and what you begin to see. You are not waiting for something outside of you to bring alignment. Alignment begins inside. And affirmations are your inner compass. They point you in the direction of clarity, peace, and joy. They remind you who you really are beneath the noise of doubt and fear. They bring you back home to yourself. If you've been feeling lost, anxious, or out of sync, don't try to fix everything all at once. Start with your words. Start with one loving, powerful sentence. Say, everything is working out for me. And say it again and again. Say it until you believe it. Say it until your shoulders drop and your breath deepens. Say it until you can feel your energy settle into trust. Your words are not just sounds, they are instructions to the universe. They are commands to your own mind and body. They shape your perspective, they fuel your actions, they determine your vibration. The more consistent you are with your affirmations, the more natural they become. You start to notice new thoughts forming, new choices emerging. You begin to walk differently, speak differently, think differently. And that's how alignment happens. Not all at once, but in small, repeated moments of intention. You may not see instant results. That's okay. The moment you begin affirming your truth, things start shifting beneath the surface. Energies move, paths open, resistance begins to dissolve. Your job is not to force the outcome. Your job is to stay aligned long enough for the results to find you. Don't affirm from frustration. Affirm from joy. Affirm from the knowing that you are powerful, creative, and deeply supported. Affirm because you love yourself. Affirm because you want to stay connected to your truth. There is no situation too broken, no dream too far, no past too heavy, that it cannot be softened by the power of alignment. And the first step into that alignment is always available to you through your words. Start now. Speak softly to yourself. Say, I am enough. I am aligned. I am ready. Let those words wrap around your heart like a warm embrace. Let them guide you back into peace. Affirm your way into alignment, one thought at a time. The universe is listening, and when you speak from a place of love, trust, and faith, it answers. Always. Allowing is the gentle art of trusting. It is the quiet decision to let life unfold without forcing, pushing, or resisting its natural rhythm. When we resist, we tighten. We try to control every detail. We worry, we fear, and we block the flow. But when we allow, we open, we breathe, we surrender, and we enter into alignment with the universe, where miracles are not only possible, they are expected. Resistance is rooted in fear. It tells us we're not safe unless we're in control. It convinces us that unless we're always doing, fixing, and planning, nothing will go right. But this kind of thinking wears us down. It drains our energy. It creates tension in our minds and bodies. Resistance is a wall between where we are and where we want to be. Allowing, on the other hand, is a release. It's an exhale. It's the moment we stop trying to change what is and begin to accept it with grace. That acceptance doesn't mean we've given up or settled. It means we've chosen to stop fighting with life and start flowing with it. It means we trust that everything is unfolding for our highest good, even when we can't see how. When you allow, you become receptive, you become a clear vessel through which inspiration can move, through which love can flow, through which abundance can reach you. Allowing says, I don't need to figure everything out right now. I trust the process. And with that trust, things begin to change, not because you force them, but because you remove the resistance that was holding them back. So often we delay our blessings, not because they're far away, but because we're not allowing ourselves to receive them. We say we want love, but we fear vulnerability. We say we want abundance, but we dwell on lack. We say we want peace, but we argue with the present moment. The more we resist what is, the more we push away what we desire. Allowing means coming into the present and saying this moment is enough. Even if it's messy, even if it's uncertain, even if it's not what you hoped for. It's trusting that where you are is a necessary step toward where you're going. That life knows what it's doing, even if your mind doesn't. When we stop resisting, we soften. We become more compassionate with ourselves and others. We stop needing to control outcomes, and we start showing up with more presence and ease. We begin to see the beauty that was always there, hidden beneath our tension and fear. Letting go of resistance doesn't mean you stop dreaming or taking action. It means your actions come from a place of faith, not fear. You do what you can with what you have, and then you trust. You plant the seed and let the universe handle the bloom. You speak your intention, and then you allow it to unfold in divine time. Sometimes what you're resisting is the very thing meant to grow you, the discomfort you avoid, the feelings you suppress, the lessons you dodge. These are the doors to your transformation. But they remain closed until you allow them in. When you stop resisting your own healing, your own truth, your own power, you create space for peace. You stop fighting with reality and you start co-creating with it. Practice saying, I allow myself to feel. I allow myself to receive. I allow myself to rest. I allow life to support me. Let these words sink in. Say them in the quiet moments. Say them when your mind races. Say them when things aren't going as planned. These simple declarations realign you with your true nature, one that is naturally abundant, peaceful, and in harmony with life. You were not designed to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You were designed to flow, to trust, to co-create. And that starts with a decision to allow. Allow love in, allow healing, allow joy, allow the mystery. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to be willing. Willing to open your heart, to release the grip, to welcome the unknown with grace. When you stop resisting, you stop suffering. You begin to live in a state of allowing, where the miracles are waiting, where the guidance is clear, where the path unfolds beneath your feet with every calm and trusting step you take. Let go. Breathe. Allow. Life is not against you. Life is for you. And when you stop resisting it, you finally begin to experience just how deeply supported you truly are.